Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Continuing with the BJCP style guidelines, we're on the last style within the American wild beer category. Style 28C, wild specialty beer. Overall impression, a sour and or funky version of a fruit, herb, or spice beer, or a wild beer aged in wood. If wood aged, wood should not be the primary or dominant character. Now, this is kind of a, they got a bunch of things going on here. So I got a beer that covers all of those things. This is Weyerbacher. I don't know if that D's the tango or if it's just tango, like Django Unchained. And this is Belgian Style Dark Ale brewed with cherries, aged in oak with 𝓑𝓻𝓮𝐿. So it's got fruit, it's got wood, and it's got Brett. So I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know if they put lacto or anything in here either. So let's go back to the comments, history, all that stuff as usual. Comments: a wild beer featuring, again, it's just redundant of what the overall impression says. The beer is maybe aged in wood, but any wood character should not be your primary or dominant. Then I don't get that. Like, what is the point of saying that it could be a wild beer aged in wood? And if it's, I think there should be it should be 28D should be, wood aged wild beer. Have 28C be your fruit and or spice, wild beer, and then 28D be your wood aged one. So this combines two, and it's like kind of an umbrella category, as we'll get to when we see all the individual breakdowns and everything. So. Not much else different on this one that doesn't say any everything. Entry instructions, must specify what's the specialty about it. Must specify a description of the beer, so you don't have to say this is, as they say right here, they just say Belgian Style Dark Ale. They don't say it's a 26D Belgian Strong Ale or Dark Strong Ale, which is what I'm going to consider the base style, but we're not even going to go by that anyways. So enough of that. Let's get to the breakdown here. All right, so let's dive in with the aroma. Yeah, I'm definitely getting cherry, like classic. Some of my favorite sours are the ones that utilize cherry. So I'm getting cherry, like a cherry puree, but I'm also getting like a pretty prominent wild character. Definitely some Brett on here. So yeah, so I'm getting the Brett. There's a little bit of the woody kind of vanilla thing there, but it's nothing like they say they say oak on here. I think this used to be in bourbon barrels, but now it's just oak for whatever that means. I guess they're just barrels that were never used, or yeah. So fruity, oaky, bready. That as far as the actual base Belgian thing, I'm not getting any Belgian, yeast esters or anything like that. I think it's just the cherry, the wood, the Brett, they just override it too much, certainly, and nothing like standing out as far as individual malts or hops. But it smells pretty good, so let's see how it compares to the style guidelines. Aroma variable by base style should show the fruit, sour, and or funk of wild fermentation, which it does, as well as the characteristics of the special ingredients used. Well, I would say it's living up to what the label is saying. The best examples will blend the aromatics from the fermentation with the special ingredients, creating an aroma that may be difficult to attribute precisely. I'm going to say 10 out of 12 on aroma. Appearance, well, probably, I'm not sure how this looks on camera. It might look brown or black. It's actually deep ruby red, like beautiful color. It's a little cloudy. The foam, it was like two finger foam when I poured it, but as you can see, it's obviously faded. That's pretty normal. And plus, the red, maroon, burgundy, whatever color you want to call that, is pretty beautiful. As far as an SRM, since it's red, it's hard to gauge. I don't know, 27 maybe? You tell me. Let's see what the specs say on appearance. Appearance, variable by base style, generally showing a color, tint, or hue from any fruit if used, which it does in both the beer and the head. The head just, can't tan. Clarity can be variable. Some haze is not a fault. Head retention is often poor. All right, so we can't really hit it on anything on here. So I'm going to go full 3 out of 3 on appearance there. I was going to give it the full 3 out of 3 just on the color alone. So let's see how it compares for taste. Cheers. Wow. Lots of things going on with this one. So as soon as it hit my tongue, just like intense sour cherry, but it was really brief. Like it was like a cherry lambic or something, but then just huge like Brett, like just Brett started taking over. So like you had the Brett there, and you have the woody quality. So like the Brett and the wood are playing off each other, but like with that natural terroir character that you get with Brett. So it's like the farmhouse, horse blanket, whatever you want to call with just a regular oak, and it does have like a little bit of a vanilla flavor. This is definitely not anything bourbon or rum or any kind of spirit kind of aged kind of wood. Actually, as it finishes, you get the kind of wood, the vanilla. So like you're getting the vanilla from the wood, and it kind of has like a little bit of like a chocolatey kind of flavor. And then the cherry emerges again, and it's like tart cherry. So I mean, it's like very brief sour cherry up front, wood oak in the middle, and then really brief tart cherry on the finish, like with a slight kind of a chocolatey kind of flavor. You probably can't tell, but I'm actually sipping this really slowly just because it's really tasty and there's a lot going on with it. So I really like the balance of everything going on here. I like that the balance, the synergy of the Brett and the wood and the cherry. All these three main flavor components are working together really, really well. It's tasty, but I would say, I don't know if I go as far as say Brett bomb, maybe, but it's just, there's a lot of Brett in here, and if you're not a Brett fan, you're not gonna like this beer. But this is a wild specialty beer after all, and it's living up to as it's marketed. Surprisingly delicious. Let's see how it compares to the guidelines. Flavor, variable by base style. No kidding. Should show the fruit, sour, and or funk of the wild fermentation, as well as the characteristics of special ingredients used. Man, you think I sound like a broken record. Any fruit sweetness is generally gone, so only the esters typically remain from the fruit. I would agree with that. It has like a fruity flavor, but it's not like sweet or sugary or anything. The sour character from the fruit and wild fermentation could be prominent, but should not be overwhelming. I agree. The acidity and tannin from any fruit can both enhance the dryness of the beer, so care must be taken with the balance. True. The acidity should enhance the perception of the fruit flavor, not detract from it. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a sour. I mean, it's just a little bit sour, so not much in the way of actual acidity here. Wood notes, if present, add flavor, but should be balanced. Wow, that is right on point. So I actually think they could have been a little bit more specific with the guidelines here. Yeah, so I'm kind of tempted to give this a full 20. I'm gonna go really high though. I'm gonna go 18, just because they're marketing it as a Belgian dark whatever, and it's like, to me there's nothing really. Well, I wouldn't say nothing. It's just that the Belgian base brew there is quite very, very subtle, if at all. Mouthfeel, but the mouthfeel is, I'd say, medium at most. It's really not that thick. Carbonation is about medium high, maybe. It's not effervescent and bubbly like champagne. Usually a lot of quads are very highly carbonated. This is not quite as much. It feels like, so it does feel, I mean, you don't have like the intense viscosity, but so you don't really need the intense effervescence either. Very, very drinkable. There is, and I forgot to mention this in the flavor when we were talking about that. You can taste the alcohol here, but it's like working with the palate, so it's like just kind of enhancing the vanilla. So it just kind of has just a clean alcohol. So let's see what the specs say on mouthfeel. Variable by base style, generally a light body. That's true. Lighter than what might be expected from the base style. All right, that's exactly what I said. Generally moderate to high carbonation. Carbonation should balance the base style if one is declared. The presence of tannin from some fruit or wood can provide a slight astringency, enhance the body, or make the beer seem drier than it is. I would agree that it does, so it's a lighter body than what should be expected, and it is a little bit drier than what the base style normally would be. So it's right on point there. I'm going to go the full 5 out of 5 on mouthfeel. Why did that pick up? There we go. Overall impression, I'm gonna go full 10 out of 10. 46 out of 50 for Weyerbacher, the Tango Unchained. I just think it's, I love that it is exactly what it's claiming to be on the label here. Belgian Style Dark Ale, brewed with cherries, aged in oak with Brett, and you're getting all of them, and they all work together really well, and it's a really drinkable beer. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.